Yeah, how y'all all? Welcome, Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us as we rock and roll. And I do want to take the time to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. You know, Brandon, my headset messed up, and I got the backup pair, and it sounds totally different. I mean, like blowing my eardrums out, and I don't have but one because I can't hear in one of the ears. So anyway, it's almost a new sound. Like maybe I ought to keep these. Maybe this is a better sound. Who knows? Anyway, happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you take the time, spend a little time with your family, and thank the good Lord Jesus Christ for how blessed we truly are to live in this country, live in this state, live in the other states that are around us. We're truly blessed by the Lord, even though we got our differences. He has truly blessed this country and this state, and you know, all the stuff we went through. There are people that's going to be thanking the good Lord, and they've gone through the floods and lost their jobs and all business. Still, they're going to be thankful, and that's the blessing of being in America. Because in America, you get to go do it all over again, no matter what happens. You get to start all over again. I'm just saying, in America, you can do that, and you know, we need to be thankful. We all go through stuff. You do, I do, and we just need to stay very, very thankful. And Thanksgiving is a time. What a great country! All the stuff we went through. Be able to wake up again and go do it again today. Hopefully tomorrow again. You know, spend some time with your family and the good Lord, and just be thankful. I mean, I know I am. I know a lot of people are, but there's been people that's gone through some rough stuff in our state in the last year, the flooding and things of that nature. Just to survive, the Obama administration is a blessing. Just to survive what they did to this country, even though they didn't tell their people, and their people still believe we got man-made global warming. But anyway, it's all beside the point. We need to be thankful for them, too. We need a few nuts to make us feel like we feel pretty good about who we are. So it's just one of those things. Anyway, Clinton urged to challenge some election results. How you like that, Brandon? We got a guy picking his cabinet, and they still fighting the election. So I think that's kind of an amazing thing. A lot happened nationally. Some happening in the great state of Louisiana, and I gotta tell you. And by the way, it's kind of an open forum edition. You can talk about everything you want. Hey, you may have never called. Just want to say Happy Thanksgiving. That's cool too. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. We'll visit with David and Dennis Stein, our good friends at Stein. You know, I've been having a big sale. We'll visit with them, and we're expecting Chef Jude to come in.
One of my favorite guests.
Yeah, I wonder why. Tony Sashery. If he comes, I never asked him to bring anything. Okay, so if he comes in here with nothing, that's still gonna be cool, right?
It will still be very cool.
Okay, but
because
if he comes
not only is he a phenomenal cook, but he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet too.
Yeah, it's yeah, you're right about that. By the way, I just got this from Aaron McCarty, y'all. Keo, as you know, has been on the AM station forever, and they still are. They're also now available at 101.7 FM in the Shreveport market. So they've you know, and AMSU. So they kind of making the growth. You know, we did this in Monroe. Bob Holliday, 540. They own an FM station too. So you got people now transferring from AM FM. KPEL did that a long time ago. Alexandria has done it. I mean, everybody's kind of getting into the FM deal to go along with the AM. Ted Dumas figured this out a long time ago, and Ted doesn't own under any of the conglomerates or big markets, but Dumas owns a lot of small markets, and he figured it out years ago. And so basically, he went to FM years ago, and Ted was kind of ahead of everybody, really. So Mr. Dumas has been around for a while doing this, and he understands the market. So I tell you, Brandon, another thing about having FM to go with the AM, you got a chance to bring younger people in. Oh, yeah. Younger people don't know what AM is. They think AM means, don't wake me up that early. That's what they think. You millennium type thing. AM, I got to get up early in the morning. No, AM radio. Because it's still out there. We're proud to have every AM station that we hooked up with. I promise you. Just some of them have done AM and FM. Kind of combination of both. So it's interesting. I just got that from Aaron McCarty. All righty. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. We'll start with the Senate race. The Senate race, no debates planned, and Bananas Foster's going nuts. They actually had a debate, according to what I read. Nobody told me this. I was going through my daily routine of reading. I do read, folks. WWL apparently had a little debate this morning. I say it's this morning, it might have been yesterday, between Foster and Bananas Foster and John Kennedy. The two were not on the same time, but they wasted little time going after each other. Democrat Bananas Foster claimed Kennedy's a flip-flopper. Okay? And then Kennedy got on there and he challenged he and government can spend money, you can earn better, you can than you can. I don't think Mr. Campbell thinks we are one. He thinks Mr. Campbell thinks we're one tax away from prosperity. And so, folks, why would you have a debate? No debates. I think it's great. If I John, why would you debate a guy that doesn't have a clue? I mean, let him figure out what interstate to get on that's fixed and not fixed first. And that reminds me, Campbell did a commercial shooting a shotgun. And that scares me. If you don't know that an interstate's not ready to roll yet, and you get on an interstate and you hurt yourself, take the gun away from Foster Campbell before he hurts somebody. More importantly, take the gun away before he hurts himself. Foster Campbell doesn't need to shoot no shotgun. He needs to get somebody grab the gun away from him before he hurts himself. Because if he shoots a gun like he drives down interstates, he's in trouble. And I don't want him to be in trouble. You know, it's crazy enough to believe that man-made global warming's real. But Foster Campbell is shooting a shotgun in a commercial. It scared me. I'm going, not for me and not for anybody else, for himself. I don't want him to shoot himself. You know, if he drives a car and shoots a gun like he drives a car down an interstate that's not fixed, he's going to shoot himself. And I don't want you to do that, Foster. Please get rid of the shotgun. I'm still laughing because the people that he called to raise money that I know, and he called some, and they asked him about the Second Amendment. I got a shotgun. I got some dogs. I like to hunt. They got nothing to do with the Second Amendment. Not absolutely one thing. But Bananas Foster is shooting a shotgun in his latest ad. I'm thinking, here we go. Governor Dukakis driving a tank. You remember that? He got up in that tank with that stupid-looking hat. And a lot of people think that's why he lost the election, because he looked silly. Foster Campbell shooting a gun. Boy, Foster believes in the Second Amendment. No, he doesn't. Foster believes it's okay to have a shotgun and shoot a few birds. That's it. So, I personally, John can do what he wants to do. I'm not in anybody's campaign. I wouldn't debate. Well, for what? All it's going to be is one shot after another. And Kennedy is going to be shot down, hit, beat up by Bananas Foster, a debate nobody will watch. You know, he calls him a flip-flop. He sends all this thing out about Vitter. None of that means anything in this election. People don't care about Senator Vitter. They care about what's happening in the election, the few people that are going to go vote. He accused Kennedy of being everything but a Baptist preacher. I mean, it's just, why do we want to see a debate that means nothing? It absolutely means nothing. And if somebody wants to vote for Campbell, over Kennedy because he won't debate, you probably believe in man-made global warming. Bananas. That's him. You got to believe that. You got to believe that the debate, which would be seen by no one, would even make a difference. It wouldn't. It makes no difference. Okay? People are going to go vote. I'm not even looking at polls. It makes no difference. In this race, there's people voting for Kennedy. There's some people going to vote for Campbell, and then the rest ain't voting. So what's the debate going to do? Make a 60% turnout all of a sudden? It's not happening. We'll be lucky to get 30%. And the people that go vote's going to make a difference because the numbers are going to be low. So take the gun away from Foster Campbell. Please, somebody go get that gun. Somebody got to take. I hope the authorities are listening to me and they're going to take that gun from him. Somebody call the motor vehicle place. They ought to take the car too. Don't get me wrong, but at least take the gun from the man. Gee whiz! I saw the commercial. Brian, you seen the commercial yet? The YouTube?
No, I didn't. But
he shoots the commercial. Boom!
It's easier to pull up the Michael Dukakis commercial you were talking about than that one.
Well, it reminds me of Dukakis. Foster with a shotgun.
Let's play that little blast from the past. Man.
All right, there. Here we go.
Michael Dukakis has opposed virtually every defense system we developed. He opposed new aircraft carriers. He opposed anti-satellite weapons. He opposed 4 missile systems, including the Pershing II missile deployment. Dukakis opposed the stealth bomber and a ground emergency warning system against nuclear attack. He even criticized our rescue mission to Grenada and our strike on Libya. And now he wants to be our commander-in-chief. America can't afford that risk.
So that was the George
did you see the
W.
commercial? Did you see the commercial with the helmet? Was that was? And then he opposed all that stuff, and here he comes as the commander in chief. It was hilarious, and people laughed at that guy. Were you even born then?
1988. Yes, I was about 3-4 years old.
Okay, so you don't remember it. But Brandon, that's what the gunshot reminds me of. The caucus. I'm sorry, that's what it reminds me of. It just reminds me of the caucus, and I'm going, really? Matter of fact, I didn't see the commercial. I had people coming, did you see Campbell with the gun? They were laughing. They were falling out laughing. A man that's for Obama, for gun control and all that stuff, and he comes up with this shotgun take the gun away, folks. If he shoots a gun like he drives, he's not going to pay attention to the ruse. He might turn the barrel around. We don't want him to do that. He might go the wrong way, folks. Take the gun away from Foster. That's the new campaign on the Moon Griffon Show. Take it away so he don't shoot himself. All right, we got to take a break. Wide open forum. Talk about whatever you want to talk about right here on the Moon Griffon Show. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless. We'll take a break. Be right back. Bananas.
He's a damn liar.
Yep, that's what he is. The voice of CB. Boy, I miss that guy. Golly. I don't think about it a whole lot because I'm moving on with my life. But I would love for CB to be in here to watch John Bell Edwards and Jay Darden and Angel take us down with the horrendous leadership of this governor we have who thinks let's tax and spend our way to prosperity, but it is what it is. I mean, people get a chance to vote this time on one of them, but Jay Darden's money, his money really came in. Boy, what a great deal to think that I can go with the Democrat and increase my retirement, double my retirement for 30 years, and don't worry about anybody thinks, because people that like him, and it's a shame, but it is what it is. I mean, you can't. Sometimes you can't change things, and we can't change history, and things that are done. There's nothing we can do about it, but you can always do something about your future, and that's what makes it interesting. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. If you'd like to be part of the Moon Griffon Show, it's your opportunity to be a voice. And once again, happy Thanksgiving from the Moon Griffon Show. I know Brandon feels the same way. You staying around the house?
I'm staying around the area, but not around the house. Thursday, we're going to be at my aunt and uncle's, which is a Thanksgiving tradition in the Como family. So we'll be doing that on Thursday. And then we're going to leave for the weekend to go to my wife's family in the Natchez, Sicily Island area.
Last Thanksgiving, you didn't say nothing about going to the wife's family.
Well, we didn't go last Thanksgiving. We went last.
You weren't married.
Well, that's true.
That's the
but
point.
I still went and saw their family.
I know, but you missed the point. You missed the point. I was trying to have a little fun with you, but no, that's okay. I'm not gonna say nothing about your wife because I can say something about me and get in trouble real quick. So anyway, no, I actually got both kids in, my older two kids and grandbabies and all that, and then we'll head to Mom and them's on Thanksgiving Day. So it's like you like to say, it's all cool. Because it will be cool. But we'll have an opportunity to do some stuff here. And I got my smoker. After getting it out of a storage building, I was able to smoke a little meat last night. That was awful good, man. It's funny about smoked meat. I can eat it. I love it. But I can't eat it day after day after day after day. I got to get away from it. And smoked and grills is two different things for you people in Balkanville. I'm just telling you it is. There's different flavors and different stuff. So anyway, it's going to be a great time for all. Once again, happy Thanksgiving from the Moon Griffon Show. We'll be back on Monday. A best of tomorrow. I think Shannon and Gary, old brothers, will be in here on Friday. And so they'll do a good job. They'll have a lot of fun with y'all. They some cards. Now they like to cut up and have some fun. And they love to talk politics, but they're on a sports program, so they can't talk much politics on a sports program, but they can here. So I know they're going to come and have a lot of fun. All right, and Brandon won't be here. Big Brand, the handler, will be enjoying himself as well. So anyway, I didn't know, man, you got some vacation. I'm proud of you. I wish I had that kind of vacation. But I'll be gone a week between Christmas and New Year's, probably. Yeah. If I get enough people to fill in. Actually, I visited with Brett Guyman yesterday. We're talking politics, but I asked Brett to come in and host the program. He said he'd love to. So
that's going to be awesome.
But are you here that week at all?
Yes, I am here.
You're here for the whole week?
I'm here for the whole week after Christmas. Yes, I'm here.
Well, I said, Brad, you'd do good as you have fun. Man, I'd love to do that. I said, come on, we'll get you. May get a day or two. Let's, just see how he does. But, some people, when they come on at first, they're real nervous. Mm-hmm. Then they think if Moon can do it, I can do it. I'm an inspiration to anybody. If Moon can do it, I promise I can do it.
It's always kind of funny to see people that think what we do is so easy, and then they get behind that mic and they're like, okay.
I try to do it every day. All right, let's go to Jack in Natchitoches. Happy Thanksgiving, Jack.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Moon. Hope you and yours enjoy it.
Oh, we will. We will.
If John Kennedy is elected senator and leaves Louisiana, who does that leave here as a good guy?
Say that again.
If John Kennedy is elected senator and leaves Louisiana to go to Washington, who does that leave here as a good guy? I mean, I think we have had leadership, as we document here every day, concerned only about themselves. I see John Kennedy as the exception.
Well, you know what? John had run for senator a couple other times. I think this is something John always wanted to do. His timing looks like it's going to be right. Once again, no votes counted, no votes cast. We don't know that. I told somebody the other day, and let me get a little selfish with you, Jack. You ready? This is Moon being selfish. I lost CB on January 3rd, and he's never coming back. And John Kennedy leaves. Those guys were great sources for me. They really were. Not only became friends, they were great sources for me. Now, I got other sources. I've always got other sources. But the fact is, I think we take a hit in the state from two people that knew what was going on, really knew what was going on. So we'll see what happens with that. But those guys were great sources, not only for the program, but I'm going to say more for the people than for me. But I'm looking at this in a selfish way going, wow, that's a lot of stuff. The people don't understand. I got a lot of other friends in high and low places. High and low places. So, but you got to win first. The election's not over. It's no doubt he's the front runner against Bananas Foster. We'll see what happens. People got to go vote, and then we'll go from there.
I think he is the honest politician I have found in Louisiana the last decade.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call. Got an open line for you. Want to hear from you about the race, the Senate race, the 3rd congressional race, the 4th congressional race. You want to talk about that? We'll take a break. You're listening to the Moon Griffon Show. Y'all all welcome back. By the way, welcome back. Moon Griffon Show, 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. I got an open line for you. You're more than welcome to call. Give me your opinion. 3rd, 4th congressional district, the Senate race, anything else. You may just want to say happy Thanksgiving. It's your opportunity to be a voice right here on the Moon Griffon Show. I'm falling out laughing. Lafayette Mayor President Joe Robideau, the taxman endorsed John Kennedy. Boy, he really went out there on a limb, didn't he? He's closer to Foster Campbell. So is Scott Angel. They should all be together in the same, and they are, because that's the group they're working. But the old Robideau, the taxman, taxed us to prosperity in Louisiana. He's going to tax us to prosperity here in Lafayette. Boy, he just went out there with a big endorsement. Politicians, folks, I'm telling you, some of them are something else. I really thought he should have endorsed Bananas. I think he lined up with Bananas' tax and spend liberal policies. So he really should line up with him. And that's who he should go with. But, that's what happens in politics. And by the way, if you see Foster Campbell on that gun ad, take the gun from Bananas. That ought to be a slogan. Take the gun from Bananas. Take the gun from Bananas. You got to take it from Bananas. All right, let's go to the phone line. Brandon, you may have to switch this one over. Oh, okay, never mind. Brandon's still talking to people. Phone's ringing off the hook. Okay, no debate in the Senate race. I want people to know that. And by the way, I got some stuff on these people that want transportation funding. Their Washington State youth sue. Listen to this now. This is what's coming. These are the people that grew up on Captain Planet. Washington State youth sue government over climate change. Seattle, Washington. 8 children now, have asked a judge to find Washington in contempt for failing to adequately protect them and future generations from the harmful effects of climate change, part of a nationwide effort by young people to try to force action on global warming. I'm not making this up. 8 children brainwashed by somebody. The petitioners between 12 and 16. What was I doing between 12 and 16? It was ball, and ball. It didn't pay off. I did. I got a scholarship, but that was it. They've asked the state judge Tuesday to step in and require the State Department of Ecology to come up with a science-based numeric emissions reduction. These are kids 12 to 16. The case, in part, is a nationwide effort led by Oregon-based nonprofit Our Children's Trust to force states and the federal government to take action on man-made global warming. This month, a federal judge in Eugene, Oregon, allowed a similar climate change case against President Barack Hussein Obama's administration to proceed in a lawsuit. 21 activists aged 9 to 20 argued that the federal government actions violate their constitutional right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I mean, you're talking about brainwash. You're talking about brainwash. Now, if Bananas was running in Oregon, I think he'd have a chance because he'd be right there with them. Young kids, man, at 12 to 16 don't have a clue. Somebody that got into them. They have nothing to do and all day to do it in, and they're making a lawsuit against the state of Washington because they got to protect our future because man-made global warming is dangerous. That's what they tell people. If my son was on that suit, I probably wouldn't spank him, but I'd show embarrass him and laugh at him. I would have to. What did you get involved in? Are you crazy? Then I try to explain to him how this is all made up. How this is about bringing the United States to its knees. It's about destroying the oil and gas industry. It's about destroying freedom and prosperity. It's about making this a little socialist, Marxist country that some of these people want to do. But you got these kids doing this. What was the name? Brandon, you grew up. You're a millennial. What was the name of the one that was on TBS? It wasn't Captain Planet, I don't think. It was some kind of...
You probably are talking about Captain Planet. Yeah.
It didn't have a hero, I don't... Maybe it did.
It was Captain Planet. I'm pretty sure that's what you're talking about, the cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was banned in our house when I was a kid.
It should have been banned worldwide. That was silly to teach people that how all these bad companies... Look, there was a time our companies probably didn't care as much, but they do care now. They do care about keeping the planet clean. Okay? But you start talking to nuts that about Hurricane Matthew came through, and they go, hey, way to stop things like this. That's crazy talk. That's what these kids are going to believe. Let's go to Mark in Texas. Mark, happy Thanksgiving. How you doing?
Hey, Moon, how about you? Same thing, ditto back to you.
Yes, sir.
I love your show.
Thank you.
What I want to talk about, probably, I don't know, you may have brought it up in the past, but anyway, why are we not pursuing World Trade Center 7?
What do you mean?
And the people that did the demolition on the third tower, a lot of people don't even know about that. I'm sure you do. You're a smart, educated guy.
Don't bet that I know about it, brother. It don't mean nothing about being smart. Nobody knows everything. I can promise you that.
Okay. Well, do me a favor, if you would. Just
All right.
Google Larry Silverstein, WTC7, and watch it. It demos less than 10 seconds. I can't believe I talked to so many people that are just, I don't know. I don't get it. They don't do the research or something.
Yeah, but they made it. But let me tell you something. Let me just say this. Now, this ain't a cut on you.
Okay.
This is good for you. Everybody's not interested in everything you are and I am, and that's kind of why I don't know something you know or you don't, because I didn't take the time to do the research on it.
I understand. I do, but 3,000 plus people died in that thing. We ought to be pursuing. I don't know. Nothing's being done about it. I just don't get it. I guess I don't get it. I mean, all the people died, and we're not doing anything about it. We find passports on the ground that weren't burnt, brand new passports. I don't know. It just blows my mind how people are so dumbed down to not know that happened. Anyway, research it. And by the way, did you watch the documentary In Plain Sight?
No, I have not. But I'm gonna tell you now, I'm bad on that kind of look. I'm bad on that kind of stuff because I'm not around the TV a whole lot anymore, and I'm not pulling up stuff and all that stuff.
No, you're not gonna get it on the brainwashing TV. You're not gonna get that. It's in plain sight. It's a documentary. You have to look it up. You promised me you would watch it. I called you a month ago.
I have not, and I'll be honest with you, I have not seen it, not even attempted to see it. I'm being honest. I could lie to you, but I'm not going to. I haven't seen it.
Well, please do one day when you get a chance. It might open your eyes a little
bit.
Well,
if I look at it, it would be when I'm wasting time on taking some time off during the holidays, during Christmas. But I will try to look at it. And I did say that. By the way, we got a Cane River Pecan giveaway today. Cane River Pecan giveaway. All you got to do is email me, moon@moongriffon.com. Say, I want to win some Cane River Pecans. And that's all you have to do, folks. And you got a shot at winning it. You have a big shot at winning it. Cane River Pecan giveaway today. Email me, moon@moongriffon.com. By the way, the Facebook, we'll go back to that on Monday. Rob's been gone. He sets all this stuff up for us. We'll be streaming again on Facebook at Moon Griffon. Andrew in Shreveport. How you doing, Andrew? Oh, man, he's gone. By the way, was he pro man-made global warming or not, or you didn't know?
No, I couldn't tell. He said he wanted to talk about it.
Oh, man. I always want to hear a good global warming story. I mean, man-made especially. Let's go to Buck in Lafayette. How you doing, Buck?
Good. How you doing, Moon?
Doing fine, sir.
Yes, sir. You got this current dispute between Jeff Landry and John Bell Edwards over, the contracts with the state and the LGBT rules.
Yes, sir.
And they're putting a lot of pressure. They're going, they're teaching now about their insurance being canceled because of the actions of Jeff Landry not wanting to, contacts with the state over the rules. And I think it needs to be framed more for what it is, and it's more about the T at the end of the LGBT because basically, he doesn't want, and most people don't, grown men to go to the restroom with our wives and our daughters in there.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're really trying to push is the gender, whatever you feel you are that day, bathroom rules. And I think if more people understood exactly what the governor was trying to do and what Jeff Landry was trying to protect, the people from, I think the governor would have a harder time pushing this agenda.
Yeah, I think what Landry's doing, he's trying to follow the law, and the legislature, okay, the legislature has decided what they were going to do, and they have asked him to, do what he's doing, and they said, look, we need some help. Nobody voted for what the governor's trying to do, and the governor is trying to be politically correct left. That's just the way it is. So yeah. I think Jeff's right. If it affects somebody, but, no special privileges because you believe in a different way. And that's what I think Landry's trying to do. And I think that's what the legislature is asking him to do. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens with all that. It's going to eventually be in the courts. It's in the courts now. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for the call. We got to go. Happy Thanksgiving from the Moon Griffon Show. We'll take a break. Be right back. You're listening to the Moon Griffon Show. We'll be right back.
Powers combined, I am Captain Planet.
Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero. He's our powers magnified, and he's fighting on.
Starring at Captain Planet, global warming. Starring in Captain Planet, Bananas Foster. They could have the Banana Man there to stop everything that's bad with the planet. I would like to see him do the banana shuffle on this.
The banana shuffle.
Yeah. I could see them. Just take the gun away from the man. Please get the gun away from Bananas Foster. Woo! He shoots like he drives. We in trouble. All right. Hey, I guess I shouldn't say that because that means I can't ever shoot a gun either. I was 11, 12 wrecks and 18, 19 tickets, so I guess don't put me in the best shape of having a gun either. Me and Banana's going to be sitting on the sideline, eating some peanuts and drinking some Diet Coke. All righty, let's go to Ann in Lafayette. Ann, how you doing? Happy Thanksgiving.
Well, happy to you also. I wanted to make a comment about global warming.
Yes, ma'am.
For millions of years, the Earth has cycled through phases of warming and cooling. And if you keep an open mind and do a little research, you will find that some people are beginning to believe, and these are legitimate scientists, that we are on the cusp of a mini ice age. We had one a few hundred years ago. So ask people to keep an open mind, do a little research, and don't jump to conclusions. But you do make my mouth water, Moon, with all of these comments about these pecans. But you're discriminating against me. I don't have a computer. I'm 75 years old.
You know you're right.
And I'm not connected to the internet, so I don't have a chance to compete for them. I wish you could let me.
Hold up, that you know.
You're in my situation.
I'm a capitalist, and you sound like you won too. You pick up the phone and call the number and order you some. That's all you got to do is order some, Miss Ann. Hey, let's go back. Let's go back to what you said. You're right on the money. That's why they had to change and get off the global warming kick, because all their science never measured up anyway. It's all on an estimate and a guess. And so since they look, well, it could get cooler, we better change the name to climate change. And they changed that for political expedient. I mean, they really did. This is all about name. Remember, we got the Affordable Care Act that's unaffordable. So it's all about name changing. It's a hoax. Trump's already fallen off of that already, I'm sad to say. But I'm not going to agree with everything Trump does anyway. But it's such a joke. I mean, Captain Planet, TBS at the time, they were running all these shows, and these young people, like the ones in Washington now, suing, 12 to 16 years old, don't know sheep from Wild Honey, and they suing the state. And this whole thing is a joke. It's a hoax. But that's what the left does. Just like they did with Obamacare, just like they do with the illegals, they just roll it and roll it and roll it till you start believing it. Hey, I got to go, Miss Ann. God bless. I appreciate the call. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
I guess I ought to send Miss Ann some pecans, but the problem is, how did she get in touch with us?
Well,
she should tell you what, if Ann
could have told me that before we hung up the phone just now.
If Ann calls back, get her address.
All right.
I can't do this with everybody. But I'm going to try to get her some of them pecans and ask her what she likes, Brand. She can call back.
I think that's very good of you. I think you should do that.
Why?
I just wish you
you think I ought to give you a pay raise, too.
I just wish you would have told me before we hung the phone up.
Well, then I felt guilty.
Oh, man.
I told her how to get them. You order them and pay for them. But that's okay. I'm going to be nice. You get it. If she calls back,
you don't want to be accused of discrimination.
I know. Well, I've been accused of everything else. Why not? Next thing you know, people are going to think I don't like Foster Campbell. Let's go to Jay on the road. Jay, how you doing?
Yes, sir, Mr. Moon, doing great. I was calling about there's several statements that Mr. Trump, of course, I voted for him, yes, sir, that he made during the running. I wish he would appoint an individual to remind him of all the things that he did about draining the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's saying that, well, Miss Clinton has suffered enough, and no telling how many classified, what kind of information she either had sold or they were able to get from her different servers she had that she didn't wipe with a cloth, And they just, I'm starting, I don't know. He said a lot of things that I guess, I don't know.
Let me tell you what we got to do. Now, what we have to do, and it's just my opinion, Jay, is he's not the president-elect. He's not the president yet. I want to see a Supreme Court justice. I want to see what he's going to do with the stupidity of Obamacare. I want to see what he's going to do with the hoax of climate change, which is a hoax. It's a total hoax. It's a 100% hoax. And anybody that talks about this stuff like it's some kind of, this is really happening, and we can do something about hurricanes and rain and all that crap, they are cuckoo in the head. I'm just telling you, they're cuckoo in the head. So, but they'll push this down. We got kids suing states now. I mean, all this is crazy talk. It's crazy stuff.
Exactly.
But it's what we're living in right now.
Yes, sir. I believe you, Mr. Moon, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, I am. I am. Trust me.
Yes, sir.
At least I say I am. I mean, my wife ain't told me it's going bad yet, so that's a good thing.
All righty. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks for the call. By the way, I do have Miss Ann's number. And but did she tell you what kind she wanted?
No,
okay,
she
I'm going to send
not.
her a tripod then.
There you go.
You can't miss on that, can you?
Uh-uh.
All right. Look, I can't do that for everybody. I'd be broke after 4 people.
Just make sure when you're sending those emails to Moon, get your best insults ready.
Are you saying I insulted the woman?
No, get the best insults ready for you.
Oh, absolutely. Look, I hear enough. I told you I've learned new ways to put my head in different places.
And they had one that did that. Remember recently they had a guy, and you read it to me, and I can't remember what he said, but he basically threw you a big insult. and when you read it to me, I said, well, that's not exactly a good way to get yourself on the list.
I'm okay with insults.
You set us up to insult you all the time.
I know. Because I know how to laugh at myself. As my daddy told me, please learn to laugh at yourself. So why is that, Dad? He said, hell, everybody else is laughing at you. So I just took my daddy. He taught me that a long time ago. You got to learn to laugh at yourself. Some of these politicians, that's why I like Pretty Boy Hebert sent me a deal when they roasted me. And he sent out a deal when he was running for Senate. He said, and it was when he roasted me, and he roasted my fanny, man. He had a lot of fun with me. And I had fun with him back, but he was better than I was. And he sent that to me, and he goes, you remember when we were having fun? He said, yeah, you was on us. He said, but we could get on you. He said, everybody's so serious now. I said, exactly. I said, the ones you get on now never come back on the air. I ain't going back on that guy. He don't know what he's talking about. I mean, but they won't come here because they don't want to get any real questions on some of these people, especially dealing with state stuff. And so I kind of got a kick out of Hebert. Hebert still, Troy's the guy that can keep coming by and have fun with. He just can't. I mean, we could disagree on issues. We're gonna agree on some issues, but at least he understands that you got to have a good time, have some fun. I mean, I know what business I'm in.
I mean, we're talking about a debate that's not able to happen between Foster Campbell and John Kennedy, and Troy Hebert is over there able to host and participate in his own debate.
He's probably the only one who can do that. Seriously. Because he knows how to have fun and enjoy life. Now, I'm not a Troy Hebert fan when it comes to the politics of it, but far as having a good time and having fun and able to talk to somebody, at least Pretty Boy, as I like to call him. Hey, see, that nickname was one of my all-time favorite. It was the number one nickname till Bananas came along. And now Bananas Foster is the number one nickname because everybody and everywhere I go is talking about bananas. All right, Brandon, we got to check. I know we're expecting the Stein brothers to call in, do that. We're going to hear from our good friend, Chef Jude, Tony Sachery. So, and look, if you hear us eating when you get back from on the next segment, don't get mad. Be happy for us. We're gaining the weight, not you. All right, we'll take a break. Be right back.
Never thought of it like that.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the Moon Griffon Show. Hi, hello. Welcome, Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. If you'd like to be part of the program, we're waiting to talk to Dennis and David Stein, and we're going to have them on air with us in just a few minutes. We are expecting Chef Jude. According to what I got is he's coming to the house and bringing some goodies. I don't know what that means, but tell you what we're going to do. We're going to have some fun and talk to some great business owners, some great guys, and we always call them Louisiana's best. David and Dennis Stein join us. How you doing, guys?
We're good, Moon. Good morning to you, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, guys. You know, we've done this a lot, and it's always great to talk to you. I always get to talk to you guys around the holidays, and y'all always in a great mood. Even I'm in a good mood.
Well, we should be. We have a lot to be thankful for,
I agree.
and I think you do as well, right?
Absolutely. I've said that early in the program, man. You live in America, that's good enough right there. It just starts there, but. Hey, you guys have been around, and I know y'all got a lot of things going on. Black Friday sales been going on, but y'all, just real quick, people still need help from the floods, and I know you guys are stacked up, ready to go with your drive-through lumber yards. Before we get to the Christmas stuff, just talk a little bit about that because I know y'all ready and y'all really loaded to help people.
Yeah, we are. This flood began on I think it was August 11th when the rains hit, and then August 12th we actually began to get emergency supplies in to help those that were in need of supplies. And just a little background, we had the National Guard actually take over our store in Walker, Louisiana, which was kind of the epicenter of most of the flooding in Louisiana. Although again, Acadiana was also affected, and you know that because you're in that area now.
Yes, sir.
And they took our store for a couple of days and used it as a triage center to helicopter people down into our properties because it was a nice facility. We had the room and we were at space, and we were just thankful and we were on high ground and thankful that we were able to assist them in their efforts. After that, we were able to get started with helping consumers with emergency supplies that we were able to get in right away. And it started with different phases of people drying out their homes with dehumidifiers and just other emergency supplies, and then of course went to cutting out sheetrock and insulation and moving to those products. And of course they had to dry their houses out, and then it moved to other supplies from flooring to appliances to kitchen cabinets, paint and that sort of thing. So we've been kind of struggling to keep up with it all because
I'm sure you have.
Breaking through a fire hose. But I'll tell you what, we had 46 of our employees that had their own home flooded, and so we had statewide we have about 800 employees, and so we've been shuffling people in there for the last 3 months or 2.5 months now, really trying to help them and assist them, not only our associates but of course consumers in that area. It's a disaster of really proportions that rival hurricanes, and in fact worse, I think, in many cases. And we've been doing all we can to help and assist those people in that area.
Well, I know y'all have, and I know this. Y'all, every time there's a hurricane and stuff, you guys stay there late as you can. You back up as quick as you can. Y'all just happen to be blessed in that area that you were so high, and y'all were the only game in town. And I just want people to know that. And I brought it up, not y'all, but I do want people to know y'all ready now, because there are a lot of people still hurting, and a lot of people have not even got back in their homes still to buy stuff. You got to drive through Lumberyard. I just want people to know that y'all still there for them too.
Yeah, we're here. We're in all of our markets. We have those drive-through lumberyards that have really been a godsend to us, and to be able to service customers as we have, and been working late nights in that market and other markets to make sure that we can kind of keep up with it, and we are here, and again. To help anyone in our specific markets. So, but thank you for that shout out there. And we are really hard. We empathize for those people because we've all been through it with hurricanes and things like that. But it's this is a disaster again that I wouldn't wish on anyone.
Okay, though, but it is Thanksgiving and Christmas. We smell that right around the corner. What you got for people? What kind of buys can they expect? And I want to encourage people to go to steinhome.com. Y'all got a giveaway, and y'all got a lot of great gifts going on. Y'all started your Black Friday a while back. But anyway, talk a little bit about what's going on, what you can expect for Christmas.
Yeah, well, we're excited about the holidays, and again, it's hard to bring us back to normalcy after what's taken place in some of our markets. Sure. But again, we do have products that consumers need and want for the holidays. So we're excited about what we have, and we're focusing on, of course, appliances and. Sure. The vendors are pretty much driving that for Black Friday weekend, and we have a 26 cubic foot Samsung French door, either black stainless or stainless, for $9.98. We have 10 to 40% off of our appliances, and in addition to that, we have extra rebates from Frigidaire in our stores, gift cards in addition to our already low prices. And by the way, you could go to steinappliances.com and see those prices, or go to steinhome.com and see all the prices that I'm going to talk about today. And then of course, from a gift giving perspective, we're focusing a lot on barbecue and outdoor. We talk about better brands all the time, Moon, and we have in barbecue better brands. We have Charbroil, we have Weber, sure. and excited about Old Smoky. We're now taking on the Big Green Egg, which is a popular item with outdoor cookers, particularly in. I saw
the Green Egg. By the way, I don't have one. But everybody tells me, Moon, you gotta buy a green, because I grill a lot, and I've been looking at it. I had to buy I went in there about 2 weeks ago, maybe 10 days ago, and my garage needed another cabinet, so I spent, I don't know, $400 or whatever, and put a cabinet that fit perfect. I had to debate the green egg or the cabinet, and the cabinet fit me better. But the green egg, I'm getting one. I'm just going to let you know I'm going to get one.
Well, good. I'm sure Mama had a lot to do with what you were going to get.
You know, why do you have to say stuff like that? Now you're going to make me tell the truth.
That's right. We all work from that same list. But the green egg is, you know, I'm like you. I don't have one, but I've heard so much about it. We said, look, if we're going to have better brands, we really need to work hard to get this unit, and we've got them now on our floor, introducing them here in this ad. In addition to that, we've got this smoker, a digital smoker, for $149, and you can use your iPhone or your smartphone to regulate it anywhere in the world if you wanted to.
That's neat.
But this unit, by the way, is on Lowe's.com for $299, and we have it at half that price, $149, the exact same unit. So just to show you some of our prices. I also want to talk about Christmas real quick because home improvement stores are now the kind of the center and focal point for fixing up your home for Christmas, and we've got tons of Christmas supplies. The new craze right now is the laser projector that can project images onto your house and into your trees, that sort of thing. We have 3 models, $39.99, $59.99, and $79.99, and so good prices on these things. Each one of them will do something a little bit different, so you might want to talk to the folks in the store. So we have all that, and of course tools. Tools is a big deal during the Black Friday weekend, and so we have those. And maybe let me also mention now we are going to be closed on Thursday. We certainly enjoy giving our associates and enjoy taking off time ourselves, but also to be thankful to the good Lord for what He's given us. And so our associates are all we're closed that day, and they're enjoying that day off. But we will be open at 6 a.m. in most of our stores, 7 a.m. in some. But 6 a.m. in most of our stores Friday morning. So we're set to go.
And I always ask people to go to the website because you can kind of get an idea what you want. The brochures y'all put on there, it makes it for a great time and easy shopping. Anything else you want to add?
Well, the only thing I'm going to turn it over to Dennis and let him wish.
Well, I knew Dennis was with you, and I've been trying to hear this extra voice come in there, and I didn't hear it yet.
Yeah, hold on one second. All right. Hey, Moon.
Dennis, how you doing, brother? Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. I want to wish you and all your viewers a happy Thanksgiving. You know, Thanksgiving, this is an American Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
It was done by presidents of the United States, starting with George Washington. Yep. And we're so grateful for our country and all that we have been given, our families, our associates, our customers. We're just a very, very grateful people, and I want to thank you and thank you for taking our broadcast over the last several years. We're very grateful to be on your show.
No, y'all been a lot of fun. One of my favorite stories, and I hope you got it. I want to say, Dennis, you got it, or David got it. I sent it to Larry, and this was probably, it may have even been last year, but somebody was listening to the program as they sat in one of the competitors' parking lot. And they sat back and said, I was sitting here getting ready to go in, and I heard Moon say, I heard you say, buy local when you can buy local. Buy in this state when you can buy in this state because it helps our people. And, I know internet, people got to order stuff, but you really need to buy the local guy. Stein's a local guy, and the guy left the parking lot and drove to Stein, found everything he needed. It was a great story, and I wanted to, if you didn't get it, I wanted to pass that along. I got that email. I was humbled. Man, when they said they did that. It really took me by. I mean, I was blessed, too.
Well, I think we all are blessed, and thank you for that story. And we are very humble of all the great customers that we have been awarded with or have come into our stores. We have just been so blessed. We really have. And I will tell you this, we love people to shop Louisiana. I want you to know this, that notwithstanding that, we're always going to have the best deal. We're going to guarantee our best price against Lowe's, Depot, or whoever it might be. We want their business, and we want to honor our customers with the very best.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Dennis and David Stein, of course, steinhome.com. Start there. God bless, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
God bless you. Bye.
All right, let's roll. And we do expect Chef Jude still. All right, we'll take a break. By the way, Brandon, now we're finding out the New York Times spun Trump's claim on climate change. They're already spinning it.
No.
Then he cited ClimateGate, reinstated skepticism of global warming. That's what I'm saying. We got to keep, every time you read the press, you got to go, hold up, did he really say it? Tony Saturday bus just passed in. I saw it. I saw it.
Your face lit up like a kid on Christmas.
I know. I ain't eaten nothing yet today.
Yeah, you didn't touch none of the boudin.
No, not more than twice. All right, we only touched it once. Each piece I'll touched it one time. All right, we'll take a break. Be right back.
Where's Chef Jude?
Do what?
Where's Chef Jude?
I'm waiting on him, man. Great question. I saw the Tony's truck, a bus go by, and I
What's
said,
he bringing?
I don't know that either. See, it's a surprise.
He's just building.
I'm sure he's gonna have something whipped up I never heard of.
As long as it's got creamy something.
Cream
Yeah, it could be something smothered. I don't care.
This is your job. Go out the front
go
door
out there
and
right
hunt
now.
down the green bus for me. That's all I want you to do. We'll give you some bonuses. Anyway, great to have you. Speaking of food, hey, the holidays, there's nothing like going to Shucks. And I'm telling you what, I thought about that today. I got kids coming in. I don't know if I'm going to make it. We really want to try to go, maybe come there for lunch today. But Shucks, I love the atmosphere. If you like the atmosphere, you like going. I love the two owners, David and Bert. Why? They're going to come around and make sure. I've never seen owners go around and make sure you're happy like they do. Now, I don't think they work a lick. But but David's going, huh? They're there to make sure you're getting service and making sure you're enjoying the food. You got a complaint, you need to call one of them over there. Because one thing about those guys, they want you to be happy there. The atmosphere is awesome and the food's even better. Shucks, out in Abbeville, Louisiana. I got a location in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Always fresh seafood at Shucks. If you like good Cajun cuisine and you're down here for the holidays, bring a group out there and go see if it's not some of the best food you ever put in your mouth. There he is right there. Go see if it's not some of the best food you ever put in your mouth. Go to Shucks, enjoy great food and great atmosphere. Right there in Abbeville, it's in South 167. And you're going to enjoy the great food of Shucks. By the way, Brandon, I mentioned about Trump and man-made global warming, and I grabbed it off the news feed, and I apologize to my audience. I forgot the news media is a bunch of dogs.
The national news media.
Watch this. Media falsely spins Trump New York Times climate comments. Trump cited ClimateGate, which was that whole thing dispelled anything to do with man-made global warming, restated skepticism of global warming. And they say the media spin on Trump, sit down with the New York Times, can only be described as dishonest. The fake news that Trump had somehow moderated his change. He doesn't need to change on this at all. By the way, I found something I want y'all to get. It's called Is Climate Change a Hoax? Climate Hustle. You can order it on DVD. Just Google it, Climate Hustle. By the way, there's so much stuff saying this is a joke, is a disaster, is a hoax, and yet you got kids suing people. And so Trump has not changed anything, but that is the Climate Hustle. Hey, I'm going to order this. And the reason I want to order, I want to be even more informed about the joke. I just want to be even more informed. But anyway, the Drudge Report has it right here. If you go to Drudge Report, media falsely spins climate comments, and then you can find out how to get this tape, which will inform you on the disaster of the deal. Let's go to Andrew in Shreveport. You can get him in here too, Brandon. Andrew, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Man, Andrew, I'm celebrating Thanksgiving. Have you seen what we ate already? I told Brandon I'm practicing for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, getting ready. Oh yeah, I just called in. I don't know. You know, I'm about 28. I'm on my last semester of school. I've been kind of working, paying for college, trying not to get into too much debt, that kind of thing. I'm going to be graduating as a history major. And my focus of, study for my undergrad is President Nixon, who I think his name has been discussed a lot in comparison to both, Clinton and Trump. But I think on this particular topic it's interesting for two reasons. One, Nixon, was kind of, I don't want to say the brainchild. I believe it started in Congress, but he signed off on the EPA and created the Environmental Protection Agency.
You're right. You're correct. You're correct. It was a Republican that started that.
and if you look at, photos of Manhattan, pre-1973, it's, covered in smog. You look at it now, beautiful skyline. I think there's a case to be made that, pollution is, in fact, a problem, might still be a problem. Global warming, I don't know. I don't.
Well, let me kind of stop you, though, Andrew. See, you make a good point. I always said plants and all that, they had a responsibility to clean it up, and they have. But to sit here and think that we going to stop hurricanes, we're going to stop storms, we're going to stop flooding, is ludicrous. We're not stopping that.
Yeah.
That's how you see the difference? The difference from what you said at the beginning of doing something, plants doing some things and businesses were doing things. Nobody's arguing with that. But, boy, they've cleaned up and come a long way. But to sit here and think, when I seen the liberals say this, that the Hurricane Matthew wouldn't even have happened if we'd have been doing something like that. That's a lie. That part of it is a big fat lie. Cleaning the planet, and far as us, with businesses and companies and people, there's nothing wrong with that. This man-made hoax of global warming is what I'm concerned about.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, I think you're on to something, and I'm agreeing with you. But to sit here and tell me, you and me, if we don't use gas in our cars anymore, we won't have no more hurricanes, that's bananas Foster type stuff. Actually, bananas nuts Foster. We got to take a break. We'll be back. Chef Jude's in the house, and he brought food. Boy, I'm really mad at him. We'll be right back. Utensils?
Yeah.
Do we have anything like
Hey, Chef Jude's here.
Do we have any
Pay
utensils
attention.
so we
Yeah, we got. Yeah. He brought brisket, rice dressing, smoked turkey. Let me tell you something.
No, that ain't smoked. That's fried.
Fried. I don't know. It's got I'll be getting my bird ready tonight. You know what? I'm gonna rub all over it after the olive oil.
Yeah.
Tony Sasha.
That's
All
there you go.
over that sucker.
Well, if you don't, you're wasting your time.
Yep. That's really brisket, rice dressing. That is
smoked brisket, right? That's different.
A bomb.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back to the Scott Show.
I found him.
Welcome back, Moon Griffon Show, 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. Chef Jude's in the house for a good sponsor, and we partnered for a long time with Tony Sasha. By the way, Chef, I probably don't say enough. I'm very grateful for what y'all do with us.
Well, thank you.
We love
everything
pushing
you do.
y'all. It's a lot of fun pushing a company this size and we have a lot of fun when you come by.
Absolutely.
And do interviews and stuff like that. But
Brandon, that's enough.
Yeah, by the way,
I'm still hungry.
The chef said singles, and he don't mind you having a bowl. You heard what Brandon said? Brandon said, I ain't have but one bowl, but I fill it up 5 times. Chef, you look great, man. I want to know, I got all these signs that say never trust a skinny cook.
Well, I've actually put on a little bit of weight over the last couple of years.
You look like you lost weight.
Well, I don't know. I'm
I mean,
doing the same thing.
You don't look good as me.
I'm not as svelte as you are. But
I had to throw that in there, folks. We got to work this out. But, hey, tell them what you cook for us today. And, with Thanksgiving. But I just want to tell people this. You cook this stuff we cooking and eating year-round. It's not just this time of year, but it's big this time of year. What did you bring us today?
Absolutely. So
you talk, I'll eat.
We have a dirty rice mix. And I kind of stumbled upon this. My sous chef and I were kind of playing around, and we do a lot of things for our sales guys that in other areas. So we'll prepare stuff ahead, and we'll vacuum seal it and send it to them. And we have this brisket that we smoke and inject with our injectable marinade, and then we'll chop it up and we'll, again, vacuum seal it and send it to them. And we're like, what if we use that in the dirty rice rather than, ground meat or ground pork. And so that's what I did for you guys today. It's a smoked brisket, dirty rice. And it gives it just a great flavor. But it's already a good product. But that smoked brisket actually, it takes it over the top.
Imagine you got a dirty rice mix and a rice dressing mix?
No, it's just dirty rice.
All right. And I want people to know that.
Yep.
But if you want to make a really good rice dressing, and I don't care if you're doing an oyster dressing or whatever, you can use this mix.
Absolutely. Same principle.
You don't have to add anything to it.
No, just your protein, just your meat.
Man, I'm telling you what, that is absolutely delicious. And, you can make it from scratch. I understand it, but I'll tell you what, you can save yourself some time if you go buy the mix.
Sure,
because that is delicious.
There's a lot of people out there that, they swear by they want to make it from scratch.
We understand that.
But then there's a lot of other people that They don't have the time. They want to do something that's still a good product, but they want to be able to get it done.
How about
quickly.
this? And there's a percentage of people out there, and I'm not saying Brandon, there's a percentage of people out there who flat out can't cook. And they'll tell you, I don't know how to cook all that stuff. Grab this, turn it over. It tells you everything to do, Chef.
Very easy.
How easy is that?
Very easy.
Brandon, you can do this. Can you read? By the way, we cannot help the people who can't cook and can't read. I'm sorry. We can't help you. But that now you also used Tony Chachere's injectable marinade, which is really, really good. And you just mentioned you shot it in the brisket.
This is our that's right. Yeah, we have a few different flavor profiles. The brisket, I used a garlic and herb, and that's my favorite in the brisket. But also brought for you guys some fried turkey. Like you won't have enough turkey tomorrow, but I figured I'd give you a little head start, and I injected that with the Creole butter. That's probably our biggest. Not probably. It is our biggest seller during the holidays. That and the large 17-ounce.
And you still got all the great seasonings.
Absolutely.
But you got more than just. What other mixes do you have besides the dirty rice?
The dirty rice.
You got a gumbo?
We have a gumbo.
Etouffee?
We have a etouffee. We have red beans and rice. We have jambalaya.
And
we have a yellow rice that you don't see very often, but it's actually one of my favorite. Like if you just want something different besides white rice,
you brought that in here before.
Yeah,
it was absolutely delicious. Yeah. I forgot what he put on it, Brandon, but he brought it in here before.
And and the same thing with that, you can make it your own. You don't have to add any kind of meat to it, but you can. You can throw a little bit of shrimp in it, and
well stocked in the stores. You can go to your favorite store that most people carries Tony Chachere products. I'm just telling you, you're sitting there going, "Wow, I got 10 in, I got 20 in, and I'm overwhelmed."
Absolutely.
Let him help you make the dressing.
Yeah,
seriously, that's simple. You do your meat, but let him help you make the dressing.
Yeah, and you can do it on the stove in a pot. You can do it in a rice cooker. You can do it. It's easy.
It's simple.
It's very simple.
And that's what I wanted to say. The products that you have are so easily used if you just go by the directions. Really, the directions are perfect. You don't have to add anything to it. If you like something hotter, you can throw some kind of pepper in it, but you really don't need that. I mean, what you gave me today was absolutely wonderful. And if you got seasoned meat in it, that's going to kind of enhance it as well.
Absolutely. And I tell people that, look, I know that you may prefer to cook it from scratch, but if you press for time, you can do this and you can make it your own instead of just using ground meat. You can put some.
Can I say this honestly? Yeah. When they go to eat it and they go eat every bite at the table, nobody's going to say, "What mix did you use?" Yeah. They're not. You can take credit for it. You're okay with that.
That's right.
But eventually people are going to go around and tell people. But I just like the idea of making it easier for people. People around the holidays are running with their heads cut off, and you need a little extra help for quickness. Like, God, I got to do this casserole and I got to do the sweet potatoes. And all of a sudden you come to the rice dressing. You better have rice dressing on the table, by the way. Is why not make it easy by getting Tony Chachere's? And I tell you something else. People coming in tonight for Thanksgiving tomorrow, and you say, "Boy, I'd like to make a gumbo." Just not sure.
Sure.
Get the gumbo mix.
Gumbo mix
it makes it
excellent.
Easy.
Exactly, it's excellent, and it's it cuts your time.
Let me tell you what I've used. I make mine from scratch, and I like making my gumbo stuff. But there's been several times where I just said, you know what, let me make it easy on myself.
Sure.
And it was a deal where you just didn't have a lot of time. This stuff it's pre-made basically. So you're not looking at a 2.5, 3 hour gumbo cook-off.
That's correct.
You're looking at something you can do within an hour.
That's right.
Am I right by saying that?
Yeah, an hour or less.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, an hour to give people a little bit of time to simmer it a little bit. But I know what you're saying. You can really have it ready in 30, 40 minutes with no problem if you got your seafood or your chicken and sausage or whatever.
Absolutely.
The other thing I would recommend people do, so you get turkey and you're tired of turkey sandwiches, but you still have some smoked turkey or fried turkey laying around, buy the gumbo mix and make your turkey and sausage and chicken. And I like doing that because you can throw it all in there. It's a totally different flavor, a totally different taste.
That's right. That's a great idea. And if you do want to, make a turkey sandwich, you pick up some sandwich sauce.
Well, I was getting ready to tell you, don't forget the sandwich. The sandwich sauce are excellent. They're all good, by the way.
And I know there's a lot of people that are going to be going to the grocery store today. Think about all those things, what you're going to do. What am I going to do after with all these leftovers? There's some things that, like you said, the gumbo is a great idea.
Etouffee, whatever.
And you've been cooking for the last 2 days. You don't want to, you want something easy to do.
It's funny to watch Matt eat a sandwich. You get it out, you laying everything out, and she goes, Tony Sashery. And she, whatever the commercial, and I forgot it right now. It used to be a funny little deal with it. I don't know if you remember what it was, but it was she remembered something on the sandwich sauce.
Uh-huh.
And it was funny to watch her when you're getting a sandwich if you don't take that out. But it's all awesome. Can they go online and check out all the products?
Absolutely.
Because they can check that out before they go to the grocery store.
Absolutely. You can go online website. It's TonySashery.com. Check out all of our products. You can order online if you need to. But like you said, there's I can't think of any grocery store in our area that doesn't have.
And I'm going to tell you something really crazy. When you get, I'll tell you what I like to do. And we'll talk about this off there. I like to do a Moon Chef Jude giveaway.
Okay.
In a time that you got some time, we have to do it in a short time. Well, we do a giveaway on a program, and we go to somebody's house. I'm your assistant. You cook. I'm your assistant and entertainer. How's that? We bring Brandon to be the real helper, and I'll be the entertainer and entertain. You cook, and we'll serve them some of this good stuff, and then do kind of some samples. Somebody that don't mind us getting in their kitchen.
Sure, I have. That sounds great.
I just think it'd be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Plus, I get to meet you and see that we both not 5'8", 280 pounds. One of us got gray hair. One of us just got his hair, but one of us got gray hair.
It's how did my grandfather say? I'd rather turn gray than turn loose.
Absolutely.
And mine's starting to come out.
God bless you, brother. It's always a pleasure. We may talk about doing it. I just think it'd be fun for somebody in the audience that want to have 10 or 12 people over. I'll put the money up. You put the time up.
That sounds good to me.
Fair enough. And we'll go anywhere. Whoever they win, we'll go and we'll have some fun with them.
That sounds great.
And Brandon, you're coming, taking the pictures, and
we'll
helping
wash
him in the
dishes.
kitchen.
Wash dishes and eat leftovers.
Yeah. By the way, that's the only thing. No. We're gonna feed you. Y'all doing the dishes and the pickup. I'm not doing that. Or we're not coming. That's gonna be in the contract. We'll take a break. Chef Jude's in the house. God bless, folks. We'll take a break. One more segment to go.